Hi, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I'm Jerry.
Welcome to ReasonsToSee.com,
where we give you reasons to see
and not to see
The Hobbit, an unexpected journey. So let's hang out.
Ryan's consensus.
I would have to say there are a few strong reasons to watch The Hobbit.
There are a few strong reasons to see The Hobbit.
I'm baffled by how disappointed I am. I can't even quite put my opinion into words.
It's a good thing we're about to talk about this.
Yeah.
Jerry's consensus?
Yeah, I think there are a few strong reasons to see this movie.
There are a few strong reasons to see The Hobbit.
You know, I'm sort of having trouble figuring out how I felt about it a little bit. It's all kind of it's like there's so much stuff that I'm having trouble processing it, so all this might change, but as of now, there are at least a few strong reasons to see it.
Reason to see number 1, Martin Freeman.
Morgan Freeman was great in this movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, the way he narrated all those scenes, you know.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I thought he was actually, he was well cast. It took a while for him to find his groove in it, I think, but eventually when he like settled into the performance, I thought he did a top-notch job. I think he's better than old Bilbo.
See, Martin Freeman was like, when they said they were doing this movie, in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope they get Martin Freeman. And then when they did, I was psyched. And you know, I'm not just saying this because I like Martin Freeman, like, he was the perfect Bilbo for this story to me.
Yeah, he does a good job on the acting. I mean, he's charming in it, he's funny.
Bilbo at this point in his life and at this point in the story, like, it's different from Lord of the Rings, and I felt he really captured that sort of, like, befuddled essence that Bilbo has. And then as time goes on, you know, he has some great scenes where he actually starts to, you know, man up. You
know, and I didn't even realize it until right now at this very moment, but he does do a good job on the growth in the movie. Yeah. Because he does have a character arc in the film, and now that I look back on it, he's very believable throughout the whole arc. It's not like he transforms into a different person by the end and it's like, what the hell?
I just felt like he had a really rich life about him. Like, just the way he behaved and his mannerisms and stuff. Like, I really liked all that stuff. Reason to see number 2, Ian McKellen.
And Gandalf the Grey, or as some people call him, Gandalf the Gay, because he's gay. He's gay in real life.
That's good.
He's gay, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being gay. But no, he's back and he's rocking it again, you know. I could see him as Magneto a billion times, and I could see him as Gandalf a billion times. And he's always going to be solid. And it's cool to see him, you know, fighting and kicking some ass, you know, when he shows up with the sword and his staff, you know. He's pretty cool for an old dude.
Yeah. No, he makes old dudes, you know, pretty badass, you know.
He's good at that.
The AARP should count themselves lucky.
Yeah, gay old dudes are the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, high five for gay old dudes.
Reason to see number 3, Gollum.
So Smeagol / Gollum is back.
Yes,
and
he is.
Wow, that's probably my favorite part of the whole movie, to be honest.
I gotta say, you know, like, to me, that scene was worth the price of admission. Yeah. And I paid like $20 to see this in like all the bells and whistles. That scene blew my mind how much I enjoyed that scene.
And don't get us wrong, I know we're saying it's a scene, but it's a long scene.
It is a long scene. Like, it could have been longer for my taste.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Gollum coming earlier.
Like, it's an incredible, like, Andy Serkis is incredible in that scene, and the way, like, he and Martin Freeman play off each other so well. And, like, someone's gotta give Andy Serkis some kind of award, because, like, that dude is acting, like, it's incredible. So.
It's a great performance, and it's like he's nailing it. He's not just putting on his little Gollum act that he's doing. Yeah. Strong performance that he's given.
Yeah, and it's the best, like I was blown away partly too because, like, the way they realized Gollum, they gave him more facial muscles, and, like, just the effects on him and everything are great. Like,
oh, it was incredible.
I really believed he was there. It was incredible.
He brings back that flair that the Rings trilogy had. I just remember watching Gollum in The Two Towers.
Yeah.
And he's funny, he's scary, he's creepy, you care about him, you don't care about him. You always got mixed emotions about the guy, so he's the most complex character to watch, and once again, he just pulled it off. Top notch, man. I don't think Andy Serkis should ever play a human being. He should just stick to doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
It was cool to see how he lost the ring, you know? It's one of those prequel cool moments to see that.
But, like, that scene is responsible for the entire Lord of the Rings.
Reason to see number 4, Visual and special effects.
It broke new ground for me, especially in these fantasy-filled films, because I'm watching it and the trolls look real. All the special effects, most of the time, it looked very real. They improved on Gollum. They improved on all the creatures from before. It's fantastic. The trolls talking, and it's believable when you're watching it just because of how great the visual effects actually are.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a really good balance between, you know, practical effects and CG, and everything for the most part blends really well. It's used really well, and everything looks real. Like that rock giant battle.
Yes.
I was like, whoa, like that was another one of those mind-blowing moments. Like with any CG heavy movie, there are going to be a couple times where things don't look quite on it, but for the most part in this movie, like barring a couple scenes, like the visual effects were incredible.
So I saw it in 3D and I was like, this is my impression of 3D. By the way, binoculars is how I watched The Hobbit.
It's like an old play.
Why is the screen so far away from me?
Reason to see number 5. Hair and makeup design.
I mean, not only were the visual effects good too, but the actual like hair and makeup design as well was also top notch.
Yeah, it's good to point that out because that's that's part of how you're able to tell all the dwarves apart, because there's so many dwarves.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, they all have varying degrees of importance in terms of the narrative. It's nice that you can tell that, oh, that guy has the braided mustache, or that's the guy with the weird hair.
Yeah, because the costumes are all great. The makeup looks very real on everyone. The hair design, you know, it's weird talking about hair design, but it's not like they just combed everyone's hair for this movie. They had to do a lot of
wigs,
fictional hair in this film.
Reason to see number 6. Cinematography.
Granted, I'm saying there are just a few reasons to watch this, but if you're someone who's just really into like technical stuff, such as like the visual effects and everything, the film does look really good.
You know, it's clear that they love the stuff they get to play with, because they really take advantage of shooting those, you know, locations and those creatures and costumes and everything, and the cinematography helps communicate the epic scope of everything.
This film was shot in 48 frames per second.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not digging it.
No, a lot of people hate that.
A lot of people are getting mad.
They're angry.
They're like, it's too clear, what the hell?
It's Hollywood, stop forcing me to watch your weird movie. Like,
yeah. It is clear.
Yeah.
It is clear. It's really, you know, I think people are only hating on the 48 frames per second just because it's different. You have to adjust your eyes to it.
You know, 19 or whatever it was in the beginning, and now 24 frames per second for so long that it is what we associate with movies. So, you know, it is a shift after so long, you know, and I get it. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, it looks like a BBC special from the 80s. But I think it's the sort of thing where it's like, if tomorrow everything switched to 48, in a couple months, we'd probably be used to it.
We would readjust.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, you know, it's like I was curious to check it out, and honestly, I'm not just saying. Like, honestly, it only took me about 5 or 10 minutes to get used to the look, and then after that, I actually really liked it.
It's just like watching a really good Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's like at the beginning, like he puts down a book or something. I was like, whoa, that seemed fast, but it wasn't fast, I guess. You know, it has this weird sort of sped up and slowed down all at the same time quality for the first couple minutes. But once you get used to it, I actually thought it was cool, and I only have one complaint about it, and that would be that there were certain moments in really CGI heavy scenes where it was mostly CG creatures and lots of camera motions. Those few moments looked kind of like video game cutscenes to me.
Yeah, like, you know, like when the dwarves are falling down and rolling down the rocket.
Yeah. Reason to see number 7. Set design.
It's great to see Peter Jackson taking this back, you know, to returning to Middle Earth, aka New Zealand.
AKA New
That's
Zealand,
where it takes place.
New Zealand is Middle Earth.
Yeah, it's basically where it is. I think they just built the sets and we're like, fuck it, we're leaving this here.
I think that is actually what happened with some of those sets. I'm not even kidding. They clearly paid attention to the drawings and stuff, or at least the ones I've seen. And, you know, you see places like Rivendell, and you see, you know, the inside of the dwarven mines and stuff, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, they revisit some familiar places that we saw in the prior trilogy, and they've even updated the set designs of all of them.
Razón número 8. La acción.
It's great to see dwarves kicking some ass, you know?
Yeah, right.
I would like to see that in real life. Just a couple of dwarves and a few other midgets styles.
Just a lot of small characters.
Yeah, just like fight. No, not characters. I'm talking like real life
people.
Yeah, like dwarffights.com or something. That's their new website.
Yeah. Forget movie reviews. We're just gonna pay little people to fight each other. It'll be good.
Yeah, but the action does look good. Even in the third act has a lot of action going on.
Yeah, it does. You know, all the action scenes are. You know, the scope is spectacular, and just like it's big army clashing against big army, and all these all the action is well done. It's well captured. It all looks great. I almost feel like at some points there was almost a little too much for my taste, but just for what the action scenes were, like they were all good.
Oh really? I thought the film was actually at its best when there was action.
Yeah, well, like I said, there are certainly some action scenes I really appreciated, but towards the third act I was kind of like, we're hopping from like one action scene to the next action scene to the next action scene.
Jared, you're not getting it. The action is the best part of the movie.
Ryan, right. I actually like some of the talk.
No, Jerry, you're not getting it.
Yeah, your opinion is wrong.
The way your personal feeling is.
Yeah.
Change your feelings on the matter.
Your reaction to this abstract piece of art, it's this intangible thing is wrong.